All right, here we are today, El Paso Airport, Texas. We are going to be taking our flight in this Beechcraft King Air 350 with passengers. As you see, some of them already on board. This will be my first recorded flight with this. Just picked this aircraft up. I know it's been out for a while, but for me, it just picked it up. They did some updates and they've integrated the GTN 750 on board. So let's get on board and we'll just let the passengers. Actually, we're going to go ahead and just assume that the passengers are all loading up because we are going to try to do a. We're not going to use external power. We're going to do a battery start. We're going to get the engines up and running, and then we're simply going to just get out of here. So let's close that door. That door is closed. Perfect, perfect. And now what we need to do is we need to come down here. Now this yoke is traditionally going to be in the way, or these flight controls here. So what I'll do, let's just get rid of those. And let's just make sure our parking brake is set. And everything looks good up top. Let's come down bottom here and let's make sure we don't need our beacon on yet and our nav shouldn't be on yet. Just some key stuff that shouldn't be on until we get some power on the aircraft. So let's do that now. So we're going to come down here. Our standby power is on, so we're going to go ahead and select the battery power. Alright, getting some basic battery power going on here. Turn these warnings off, and let's go ahead and initialize this. Alright, perfect. Now let's just double check everything on here. Now we can go ahead and get the nav light on and the beacon, which will indicate to people that this aircraft is getting ready to come up. Let's see. We so far look like we've got everything here squared away. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and we can also turn on our avionics master power switch. And as you can see here, the master avionics power switch is kicking on. Alright. Now what we want to do is we want to come over here and we want to bring our... Let's see if it'll allow us to do it this way. There should be a little spot here in the middle where I can grab both of these and drag them down at the same time. Here it goes right here, and now it's going to come down. So we don't need those on full start, and we can have these fuel cut off. That's all good to go there. Alright, let's check our area to the left, and let's check our prop area to the right. Once again, parking brake is on, so what we're going to do is come over here. We're going to turn our right ignition to on. You can hear it clicking, and we're going to... That was the wrong move. We're going to go ahead and click that up to start. Primarily what we're worrying about, though, is our turbine here. Wait till it gets to about 20%. Alright, turbine's at 20%, so now we'll go ahead and put our fuel condition or our fuel to low idle. Alright, we're seeing everything stabilize here. Let's go ahead and throw it in the high idle now. Let's make sure that stabilizes. That and it has. So now we can turn this off. And now we need to go ahead and turn that generator. We need to turn it all the way up. And if you notice, we turned it on, but there's nothing here. So now we need to go ahead and manually close the ties. Now you can see we actually have additional power on the aircraft. And we can also turn that right inverter on. And actually we'll leave this to arm. And we'll turn that one off. That's a good start on that engine. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing. Let's double check out here. Nothing seems to be impeding the way, so same thing, we're going to go up here. Alright. Let's activate this one now that we got that inverter on. And we're almost at 20%. 20%, here we are. Locked into place there. We'll watch this engine climb, of course. While that engine's climbing and stabilizing, what we want to do is go ahead, let's check our left generator. Alright, that's all the way on the battery. Alright. We've got a good start on that engine. So now we can come over here and most certainly put that into high idle. Alright, she looks like she's stable. Let's go ahead and turn this ignition off. And generator up. And on. Alright, now that that's on, let's go down here and turn on this other inverter. As you can see, that actuates that information there. And now that that inverter's on, we can come down here to our EFSI power and panel, and we're going to turn these two on. Alright, now let's look at the annunciator panel. We have our olive feather off and our bleeds right and left. So our bleeds for our environmental controls are here. We're going to open those bleeds up. And let's see here. We want to turn this to auto for the heat. Engine fire test, we're okay there. Electric heat, pneumatic, we don't need that. We'll keep the window defog on. Half blower, we got the cabin temperature, looks pretty good. Vent blowers on auto. We just need to make sure all that's squared away. Let's go ahead and turn our transponder to standby. So that stock starts squawking standby. Alright, we should have this here come up any minute. There we go. Now everything is established. So the first thing now we want to do is let's come down to our charts area, and first of all, let's just make sure we got everything here good to go. Boom, boom, boom. The auto feather we are going to arm, and we want to turn our pitos on, which is our pitot heat. Alright, we don't want to sync the props just yet, and let's go ahead and check our fuel stores. Our fuel flow is looking good. Our fuel stores are right over here. Here's our fuel quantity. Standby pump is off right now. So if you look at the two sides and our fuel quantity, you'll be able to tell how much fuel we have for travel. We have just under 1,300 pounds of fuel, so we almost have full tanks on both sides, as you can see that. You can also see here the free air temperature here is 17.1 Celsius. So now, without further ado, let's come down here because we need to get out of here, folks. So let's go ahead and look at our charts. And we are particularly wanting the airport information. So now we can get the frequencies here. The ATIS is going to be 120. So let's type that into COM 2. 120 and 0. So that'll be fine. We'll transfer that right on over. And now we can most certainly come up here and turn our radio 2 on so we can get the ATIS.
El Paso International Airport. ATIS information whiskey 0051 Zulu. Wind 250 at 6. Visibility 10.
Paso clearance November 350 Kilo Tango IFR to Albuquerque. this where it's gonna essentially.
Number 350 Kilo Tango advise ready.
Affirmative 350 Kilo Tango ready to copy.
Number 0 Kilo Tango clear to Albuquerque Airport via relevant passenger router. When as filed, maintain 17,000. Expect flight level 2005 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.15. Squawk 5176.
Cleared is filed. Radar vectors the router. Then is filed. Climb maintain 17,000 feet. Expect flight level 2005 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 19.15. Squawking 5176. November 350 Kilo Tango.
Correct.
Alright, so we got our read back correct.
Diamond 8 Juliet Papa. Rocky Mountain altimeter 2985.
So,
Expect visual approach advisory.
I like that altitude that we're going to get. So let's turn him off for a second. And let's get us our altitude up to 17,000. Push that so we can make this an even bada bing bada boom. So that's all squared away. Now we can come here essentially and we can throw in our flight plan, which is going to be awesome. Flight plan here. Okay, so our next waypoint is routers. And after Ruta, sounds like that's a heavy English word. Ruta. We're heading to Ruta. Crack on. Crack off. Alright. Router, then we're going direct TCS. Tango Charlie Sierra. Truth or consequence. How about that? That's a waypoint for you. Tango Charlie Sierra. Then we're going to do an airway. Juliet 13. And we'll exit that at Albuquerque. We'll load that bad boy up. And then finally, of course, we are going to be landing at Albuquerque. Now, this flight day is going to be a long one. We're flying in Albuquerque, Tucson, back to El Paso. So it ought to be an interesting day. Now we've got our... Actually, we can leave our flight plan here. Let's see if it'll go into reverse. Alright. So essentially to get into beta, you have to put it in reverse first, and then put it into beta. And essentially beta helps us to taxi slower so that we're not all over the place. Parking brake is released.
Diamond 8 Juliet Papa change to advisory. Frequency approved. Report cancellation of AFR in the air this frequency. On the ground 122.2.
Alright. So now we are on Lima.
Change approved, and you can close my flight plan 388 Juliet Papa. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Diamond 8 Juliet Papa AFR cancellation received.
Alright. El Paso Tower, November 350 Kilo Tango, holding short runway 26 left, ready for departure.
Number 350 Kilo Tango, Paso Tower, turn left heading 120. Runway 26 left, clear for takeoff.
On departure, left on heading 120, 26 left, clear for takeoff, number 350 Kilo Tango. Alright, so on departure, we need to go to 1 left to 120. So we'll start our left turn, and then we'll make sure that it's across the board. So as you see here now, we basically have a heading of 120. We need to go a little bit, a couple of clicks to the right. 1, 2, maybe a little more. Oh, we're going the wrong way, that's the problem. Alright, 120. This is where we come here now. We're going to put our strobes on, our recognition light, our landing lights. And then, of course, we double check here. We need to take it out of beta. Alright, it is essentially out of beta.
Good evening, Portland. Clearance, King Air 1399 with India, IFR, Boeing Field.
King Air 1399, Portland clearance, clear to Boeing Airport. Portland 1 departure, ready vectors to battleground, status file.
All right,
Maintain
here we go.
6000. Expect flight level 180, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 124.35.
Auto feather
Squawk
lights on.
5112.
Airspeed alive.
Clear to Boeing
60
Field
knots.
via Portland 1 departure, radar vectors, battleground, status filed, maintain 6000, expect 180 within 5 minutes.
V1.
Departure 124.35, squawk 5112.
All right, coming back
King Air
nice and easy.
1399.
Thank you.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Gears going up. Let's go ahead and start making our left turn.
Gear indicates up. Flaps up.
Flaps are coming up.
Flaps indicates up.
All right, we're going to continue our turn. Let's put our yaw damper on. Now we can go autopilot. Heading. Climb. All right, now we are in autopilot, folks. Not a bad takeoff. We can come down here, take our taxi lights off and our recognition. We still haven't gotten the word to go over to departure, but that's okay. All right, and of course we need to push this to standard. Or make it go to standard.
King Air 1399, Portland ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha.
All right, now we're coming out of our climb. As you can see, we're starting to pick up more speed. Now our ITT is a little high, so let's let me see if I can bring these prop condition levers back to. There we go. Let's see where ITT's at. Let's bring it up slightly under. Gotta watch this.
342 Lima Papa, Albuquerque clearance. Maintain V5 below 90,000, departure frequency 127.4.
It's good, we're still picking up speed here.
7046. King Air 1399, Portland departure air contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
Alright, we are getting ready to start our descent. We just got instructions to descend and maintain 15,000. Well, that's exactly what we are going to do. Come down here to our autopilot feature, of course. And arm that, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. See how that treats us?
Boeing Tower, King Air 1399, assumption of localizer, tree to left.
King Air 1399, Boeing Tower, runway 32 left, clear to land.
32 left, clear to land, 1399er.
November 0 Kilo Tango, contact tower 120.3.
Going over to tower 120.3, number 35, Zero Tango. Albuquerque Tower, November 350 Kilo Tango, visual 3.
November 350 Kilo Tango, Albuquerque Tower, runway 3 cleared to land, wind 210 at 4.
Runway 3 cleared to land, number 350 Kilo Tango. All right. Got some flaps coming down. All right, gear is coming down as well. Let's observe that. We're gonna turn our prop sync off. All right. Let's go ahead and go to... All right, we got our approach and takeoff flaps all situated. I'm just basically trimming the aircraft down. All right, let's keep our speed up. No way, we're just over stall speed. Gear is down. Flaps are down and indicating.
$1,000 feet to minimums.
All right, let's keep our speeds looking good. Field elevation is roughly, looks like right about 5,314 feet.
Zero 196, fly heading 350.
350, 5106.
So hopefully we can get off by Charlie or something. Our general aviation parking is right over there.
500 feet to minimums.
Nice steady approach. Got a little highway down there. Maybe that's I-25.
100 feet to minimums. Minimums.
Go ahead to the free change to advisory frequency approved. Report cancellation of Wi-Fi in the air this frequency. On the ground 122.2.
Feet. 50 feet. Positive rate.
All right.
Positive rate. Positive rate. Positive rate. Positive rate. Positive rate. Positive rate. Positive rate.
All right.
Positive rate. Positive rate. Positive rate. 40 knots.
All right. Flaps coming up. We're on Foxtrot 1.
Kilo 129, cross runway 3, to right at Alpha 7, taxi via Alpha this frequency, we'll see you.
Alright.
Cross 32 right at Alpha 7, then Alpha to the ramp, and remain with
Beta.
you, 1399, thanks, we'll see you.
No, Mr. Eagle Tango, taxi the parking via Foxtrot 1 at the ground, we'll see you.
Okay, monitor ground, taxi via Foxtrot. We'll see you next time. Number 35, short kill, take off. Alright, so, and we will turn our strobe off.
Over to center, 13367.
And let's come over here and type in the ground frequency, which is 1219. Transfer that bad boy in. Alright, and let's go ahead and find our parking space. Let's make sure everything is off that we need off. Flaps are up.
362, runway center, climb and maintain, flight level 380.
Alright. Thanks for flying with us today, folks. Busy flight, first one in this King Air. We're just gonna bring it right on next to this hangar right here, which we're supposed to. Alright, let's go ahead and get our transponder off. And we'll disconnect from the network and see how we did, folks.
$100 feet. 50 feet. 'Positive rate.